Bro, I had the most fun at my friend's birthday dinner the other night. We're all sitting there, I'm telling all these stories, and just to give you a glimpse of what the moment felt like, I got my phone out for a quick second. I was like, yo, say hi to this girl. And I sent a video of like my friend saying hi to this girl on my Snapchat, right? I always, when I was younger, people would do that, yo, like let's say hi, like let's take a picture, and I would never really be part of this inner group. But this night, I was like 4 of us at this table, and like they're my best mates, and there's a bunch of other people, and I feel like I'm in this inner group. I feel like everybody really respects me. I'm telling these stories, we've gone through all these experiences together. I still like all the other boys, but this is just such a fucking special moment. I was never the social guy when I was younger. And the interesting thing is, bro, I don't want to be arrogant, but I genuinely, like, I'm lucky. I grew up in like a somewhat wealthy family. I have fucking like amazing options to do with my time. I can ask my dad to go fine dining any night. He's always down. I can go on like this massive boat. Like there's so many nice things that I can do that I have access to do. But I don't really give too much of a fuck about it. Like I'm appreciative of it. But I'd rather just hang out with the boys. I'm picking that dinner with the boys. I don't care where we're eating, we're eating something clean. I would pick that over 99% of other options. Like no like fancy option could be better to me, because this is my version of success. Like obviously I have goals that I really care about. I love the gym and stuff. That's also my success. But like the one thing that I wished I had the most when I was younger is I wish I just had great friends who I loved being around. In this video, I'm going to explain how you can make the friends you've always dreamed of having. I'm Finn. I help young guys make amazing friends. Subscribe if you want more like in-depth content on this journey. I'm going to get in the video. I remember I had this one day where because I'd been at school, I basically hadn't talked to any girls in ages. And when you get a little bit pissed off here and there after you've had a dry spell, you're like, fuck, I just need some girls. Or I would just like love to meet a girl tonight. Or if you've never like met a girl before, then obviously you're like, oh yeah, I fucking want to meet a girl. I had that moment this one night. And I was like, what? I actually, for the first time ever, I was like, why am I not talking to girls right now? Like, why do I not have a dating life? I just asked myself this really basic question. Have I gone up to 5 girls that I think are attractive, said it like, oh, you're pretty, and actually tried to have a conversation with them? I hadn't even gone up to 1. That one night I went out, I went out that one night, I spoke to like 3 or 4 girls, and then instantly I was making out with like some girl. It was like crazy to me, like how quickly something can change when you genuinely just acknowledge like how much am I actually doing. We always overestimate how much we're doing. I told 2 other friends this, and they had a way crazier experience than me. I told my 2 friends this strategy, just like how many girls have you actually gone up to, said they're pretty, like being clear and haven't had a conversation with. They were like, now that I think about it, that night they went out, they hooked up with like 6 girls each. I promise you, that like genuinely blew my mind away. Like, wow, is this some golden advice? You're probably thinking like, how the fuck does this relate to making better mates? Well, it's the same thing. I mean, I just don't struggle making guy friends anymore because I genuinely put so much time into that. But like talking to girls is the equivalent of like, if you're less socially experienced than me, talking to guys is like the same like level of difficulty, we could say. So if you can ask yourself, have I spoken to 5 guys I really respect? Like you go to the gym, right? You probably don't say hi or how many sets you got left or introduce yourself to anybody in the gym. Like even when I went to my boxing gym, I started going, like I'm already mates with like, I've got some good mates in that gym. I chat some shit. It's really fucking awesome. Even one of the dudes, bro, I didn't realize this. One of the dudes said, yeah, I'm the most social guy in the gym. I'm like, I bet. I'm not going to complain with that compliment, bro. Because I didn't even realize, like, because I was just going there to train. I thought I was being quite quiet, but apparently not. Anyways, when you go, you don't force it, right? But like you say, like you're not gonna go up to a girl like I really like that's not what I'm saying. But the thing is, bro, for me, when I go up to a girl, if I haven't gone up to a girl in a few months, usually it's really fucking awkward. Like it's like it is that negative energy, that like weird like nervousness, right? Unfortunately, you kind of need to go through this phase where you start talking to more people. It's so much easier with guys, by the way. But like you got to go through this uncomfortable phase where it's hard to talk to guys. It's hard to like say hi to new people. It's hard to hold a conversation. I fully understand where your head's at, right? But after you just like push yourself through the uncomfortable phase, which no one does, which is like maybe you speak to 20 new people, then it's like all of a sudden you just have it. Like it may be more, it may be less. Like it's just that when you, in a short period of time, let's say within the next day, you go and you speak to 20 new people, the day after that, it's gonna be so easy talking to a new person. Like I swear, you have my word. If you go, that's why I recommend so much to go on a night out, because it's easier to talk to people. Like maybe people are drinking, whatever, go to a concert, you just like dance, you just have like a laugh, right? I recommend, not necessarily that, but I recommend you go to like a party or a social function, like a maybe nightlife sort of centered, or just like somewhere you can genuinely speak to a lot of people. I recommend that because you can get this 20, 30 people, like you say hi to so many people, you say hi to a bunch of girls, and then in your daily life, you build your confidence up on one night and one crazy, it's almost like a hard thing to do to speak to new people. But then on your daily life, once your skill is so high and it like lowers down a bit because you're not in the social flow, then it's easy to just start a conversation on a normal day when you're tired because you're so used to doing this. Go up, I promise you, bro, there's probably a guy in your class who you really respect. Start saying hi. I have a story about this. This one guy, he liked one of my stories once. It's like a gym story or some shit, right? And I remember I was like, who is this guy? So I clicked on his profile and he's like, oh shit, this guy's fucking jacked, bro. So I really respected him. The next time he put up an Insta story, I responded, I was like, bro, you look fucking good, mate. And we ended up having a real good chat. And it's kind of easy for me in Hong Kong nowadays. I understand that. I've had because this is where I live, I already know so many people. We probably had like a fucking 50 mutuals or some shit, right? But just hear me out. I'd never met this guy, I'd never spoken to him. And then that time I messaged him, I was like, yo, fuck it, just come meet me out where we're gonna be, because there's like these spots that everybody goes out to from the ages of 16 to 21. All the spots have different age groups. So this spot in specific was people 18 to 21 in general, uni students or gap year kids or whatever, right? So I said, yo, fuck it, come out this Wednesday. We're gonna meet up at this spot. I would love to have a chat with you. And we ended up we met up bro, it was just a little bit mind blowing, because now in this phase where I'm so social, yeah, it might feel like it's nothing for me, but I'm remembering the days where meeting a new person was the hardest thing on the fucking planet. I struggled so badly with that. And now I just responded to a story. I didn't think about it this time, because eventually when you put enough effort in this thing, in this area, it's an amazing investment, because hanging out with the boys is elite. Oh, I'm going to hang out with him tomorrow as well. So you meet guys that you really fuck with, and because you're social, if you have good energy, which you will get all these things if you keep being more social and you keep following my advice, then eventually so many things are gonna come your way. There's this one guy I know. He puts up the most dumbass fucking stories. No disrespect to him at all, but they're a bit fucking dumb, right? But I really like that about him. He doesn't give a fuck what anyone thinks. For example, I was in this club the other night. I don't care if you drink or not. I'm just telling you my story. Because, I don't want to be the YouTuber who says, oh, you have to go clubbing. That's not me at all. I just want you to have a good social life. If you want to go clubbing, go for it, right? But I was here, and a lot of the time, I noticed over, January, when I was at a club, I was kind of just, there, not really enjoying it. But this night, I just genuinely started singing along to it. I genuinely started dancing, and it helps when you're in a better mental spot. I didn't go out for or I had been going out a bit, but I'd been doing healthy habits and sleeping better. So I had a good amount of energy. I had a bunch of coffee, and I'm in this club, and it gets to 2-3 a.m. and I'm a little drunk, right? But just for the first time ever, I'm just standing there, truly enjoying the music, man. I never do that. Recently I've been getting better, but for the last 2 months, I hardly did that. The only times I would enjoy the nights out when I'm talking with my friends. I really didn't like clubs at that time. But when you fully become comfortable with yourself and you start hitting, your goofy dance moves, or you're really okay with people being around you, but you're just having a good time, or you're with friends that you trust enough to fully be yourself, this amazing side of your personality comes out, and you just love life so much like that. I get that will be hard to explain, but it's if I could put it into words, it's every single little bit of insecurity evaporating from your soul, and you existing on a higher plane, bro. It's just the most elite feeling, and it doesn't only happen when you drink. it's just like that's a story of when it happened to me. I'm going to hang out with this guy tomorrow who, like, he's in fucking good shape. Like, I really respect him. And this ability to make friends that you respect. I don't know if I'm going to become best mates with this guy. I don't really mind. But I know that, oh, I like this guy. I want to be able to, like, have a chat with him. And then if I still really like him, then we can hang out more. Like, then now I've got a homeboy who lives nearby. We can go to this event. We can go to this event. And, bro, on top of that, I skipped over a point. My friend who puts up, like, all these crazy stories. He puts up, like, stories like, or like memes or like music or him being like a bit goofy. But he genuinely doesn't care what people think about him. And I've seen him, you know how I said, oh, I was vibing out in the club one night? I saw him out, we were both sober, and he was like fully sober. And he's there doing the exact same thing that I was when I was fully drunk. And when somebody is like really brutally like showing their personality, they show their stories, you can tell like what kind of person they are. When they finally become comfortable with people judging them, which I think is an amazing thing to get over, you're just so much happier. And the reason that I want, like, we ended up hanging out. The reason that I wanted to hang out with this guy who was dancing in the club, the sober guy, was because he just seemed like I related with him. Like, maybe a lot of people don't relate with him, but I did, because he put himself out there on his Insta account. When I met him, he was very friendly. He was quite open with me. And so when you do all these things, it's really easy to connect with people. Be polarizing, show your true colors, because being polarizing, the thing that it basically means be extreme. People will either love you or hate you. But what I learned about it is the more polarizing you are, you don't get more people hating you. You just get more people loving you. It really fucking blew my mind a little. Let me tell you this little mini story, right? When I was in school, I got like kind of bullied, and I was showing my personality, and people were liking me and people weren't liking me. And then one day, I just stopped showing my personality because I'm like, why are all these people being mean to me? I looked only on the people who were being mean to me. Then more people started being mean to me. They were even worse to me. And not as many people liked me. Because what I truly, like, this kind of surprised me. The more honest and like authentic you are, it actually only makes people like you more. And then, okay, I'm not gonna lie, right? Let's use this as an example. Let's say there's a guy who's like, he has a racist sense of humor. Like, he makes a lot of racist jokes. If he goes out and starts telling racist jokes to more people, you'd be surprised. A lot of people will he'll make his friends who also have the same sense of humor. But he will go on a night out and meet somebody who goes, oh, I fucking hate those jokes. But the thing is, that happens so much more rare than you think. Like, I'm not talking about meeting woke people. I'm saying like people who judge you when you're being authentic, when you're saying the jokes you want to say. Those people, like, once you finish school, like, if they don't like you, they just won't be around you in your life, because then you get to pick where you go, right? So be polarizing, and then if you don't like a certain type of person, just avoid the area they go. If you don't like guys who boulder, for example, just don't go bouldering, you're never gonna see them. So I think being polarizing is amazing, especially when you're an adult. I understand you're probably a teenager, right? When you get to pick where you go, or even if like you're picking your job, you're picking what industry you work in, then it's so much easier to be yourself, because the people that you don't like, they're just nowhere near you, because you picked your own adventure, I understand, obviously, I have like a deep understanding of social skills. All that I might need to know is, just speak to 5 guys, and then it comes to me naturally, right? Wrong, because I spent years working on this. Such a long time. When I first started doing this for the first time, the first party I went to when I was young, I was pretty much silent for 5 hours. I said, like, I only responded to questions. And like, obviously I kept going, so that's why I was able to develop good social skills. But when I first started out, I had the worst fucking social skills on the planet, bro. Like, I was not fun to talk to. And so I promise you, bro, I have learned so much about being social. And I can change your fucking life, bro. I swear to God, having a lot of good mates, it's something that is attainable for every guy, but for some reason, no guy, like, I never meet anyone who has it, bro. It doesn't happen, bro. And that's what pisses me off, because this is genuinely a God-given gift. I didn't have it naturally. I built it because I knew like how valuable it was. I went towards it. I always wanted to be respected by my peers. I cared about being social. I never pretended, I don't care if like I'm not social. Fuck, I forgot to turn on that light for the lighting. The whole point is, right? I've lost my train of thought. Okay, well, what I was gonna end up saying is I've gone through a big journey. I've finally gotten to where I want. As a result of that, I've got loads of friends I can hang out with anytime. I get opportunities, like some guys will be offering me like a job. Like, yeah, it might seem small, but like in this case, like, yeah, people, oh, they invited me to this, I get invited to this party, or this thing happens, like all these crazy little things happen. You get so much interest from girls. I know you're probably a guy, you probably want attention from girls. It will fucking blow your mind how much attention you get from girls when you become really social. Because I'm like, my looks doesn't really change too much. Like, I look about the same on a day-to-day basis. But when I'm in a really good mood, I always notice it, bro. Like, it's night and day. If I go out in a bad mood and I don't put in the effort to speak to people and I don't like warm up socially, I don't get any attention from girls. When I'm in a hype mood, I'm super happy, I'm dancing, I'm hyping up with the boys, people like coming, oh, like, let's take a photo. Because like, when you get really social, people are really interested in you. Then if a girl sees that, they're like, wow, who is this guy? You don't worry about it though, because you're just having such a good time. Build a beautiful garden and butterflies will come. But if butterflies still don't come, at least you have a beautiful garden, right? Although that saying, it's kind of dumb, because you're not going to build a beautiful garden and not have butterflies who come. In this example, what I mean by that is, when you're more social, you are going to get girls, bro. I fucking swear. I mean, obviously you need to have like good energy, good social skills, and maybe here and there approach a girl, like, which I agree with, right? But the main thing is like, are you a fun person? Like, that's the game changer. If you want my personal help with that, click the link in the description. I have an in-depth guide on, it's a paid product. So if you're willing to invest, I swear it will fucking change your life. You get access to me. Within a month, you'll be like a new person. You won't even be able to look in the mirror. You get all these like crazy things you want. Like, I'm telling you, bro, the most crazy things have happened to me since I've worked on my social skills, gotten out there in the real life. If you don't want to invest in something paid, just subscribe. There's free videos. This isn't really a video on like the actual practical tips of being personality. I'm just kind of like encouraging you to make new friends. Get this desire into your head. It's something you can actually work on. If you do, your life will change. Have a great day, bro.